What is freedom of expression? Without the freedom to offend, it ceases to exist. Salman Rushdie. The year is 1963. To be more specific, it is November 22nd of 1963. John F. Kennedy was the President of the United States at the time, and on that fateful year he would find himself in Dallas, Texas, seeking support for his new frontier policies, with his eye on the 1964 elections that would come the following year. John was to travel around in a motorcade doing the traditional presidential wave as he greeted his fellow citizens of the United States. But it would be on this day that John F. Kennedy would expire. On this day, Lee Harvey Oswald would take 3 shots, one of which fatally killed JFK in the motorcade. The nation, as well as the JFK family, had lost a great man. Throughout the years, video games have gotten a bad rep. They've always gotten the rep of being very controversial and always making people assume the worst out of them. Whether it's that Doom is going to breed cultists and sadists, or that GTA is going to bring forth a huge new wave of gang crime and activity, as well as just violence among fellow man. Or it's just the graphics of the game are too gory and violent, like that of Manhunt or Mortal Kombat. The point is that video games find themselves to be in the controversial tides a lot, and the game today is no exception, that being JFK Reloaded. For those who don't know what JFK Reloaded is, allow me to briefly explain. JFK Reloaded follows you being Lee Harvey Oswald on the unfortunate date of November 22nd, 1963, where your only objective of the game is to follow through with the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Yeah, you could see how this becomes a problem. Now, the people behind JFK Reloaded are no strangers to controversy. More specifically, Kirk Ewing, who basically managed that of Traffic Games. In 2002, he worked on a game called State of Emergency, which I don't think anyone really remembers, but the whole plot of the game is that in 2023, yeah, I know, it's coming up, ain't it, boys? The US government finds itself weakened by an economic crisis. The world finds itself divided, well, not the world, the US finds itself divided between 2 factions. The corporation, which is a paramilitaristic force that tries to overthrow the government, as well as the freedoms, who want to spark a resistance and start a national riot. This got a lot of backlash because people made a lot of correlations to the 1999 Seattle WTO protests, which was a big event where, well, a big protest where police brutality was a big factor in it. You know, Kings County Sheriff, as well as Seattle Police Department, fired pepper spray, tear gas, and stun grenades. They found themselves so overwhelmed by the protesters that they eventually had to bring in the Army's National Guard, and it became a huge standoff between protesters and police. Yikes. But from all this, I can't tell if Ewing is some sort of great troll or if he's just an insensitive moron. Because from it, Ewing says that one of the main reasons he created the game was to help disprove conspiracy theorists surrounding the event by displaying that Oswald would have been capable to perform the shooting given the conditions of the day. And before the game was even released, good old Kirk sent a letter to Ted Roosevelt, John F. Kennedy's brother, who was also the senator of Massachusetts, and informed him of the game on November 19th. You can see where this is going. The game was announced on the 21st and released on the 22nd. The 41st anniversary of JFK's assassination, JFK Reloaded, was released. I don't know if he's some sort of genius or if he's just the world's greatest troll. I don't know. Now, an uncultured man, a man of no morals, a man of no stature or care for the feelings of others or how sensitive this topic may be, would tell you exactly how the scoring system in this game is based and how you could achieve the high score. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. You see, in order to get a good score in this game, you need to replicate the shooting as historically accurate as possible. Meaning, the closer you are to the actual events that happened that day, the higher you score on the leaderboard. In fact, Traffic Games actually held a competitions for players to replicate the shooting as accurately as possible, with the reward being a cash prize of up to $100,000 depending on the game's revenue. They didn't actually make that much, but the winner was actually a 16-year-old boy from Paris who ultimately received $10,712. Still a lot of money to earn from killing JFK. Yikes. This game is honestly a staple in controversial gaming, and I don't think we'll ever see a game like it. I'm pretty sure you could still play it to this day, but the reviews of it aren't kind. And a lot of people are just saying how insensitive it is to make a game about the assassination of JFK, yet we're not gonna talk about how the JFK family almost lobotomized their daughter. Actually, they did lobotomize their daughter to basically being a vegetable. But that's a story for another time. If you want to play JFK Reloaded, you can probably look around, find it somewhere. Would I recommend going for the high score? Nah, it's not worth it. It's too much time and too much accuracy. But thank you everybody so much for watching. I will see you all next time.